Greetings viewers and subscribers. So in today's journey, we are going to be driving in the town of Savlamar. This journey was before the Zozo, the Zones of Special Operation. We are going to be driving to Juicy Patties on Beckford Street in Savlamar. Yeah man, we're going to buy some peanut porridge. So sit back, relax, and when we reach Juicy Patty, just tell me what you want. Whether you want beef patty, cheese patty, chicken patty, even shrimp patty. Yeah man, they also have shrimp patty. So, sit back, relax and drive with me. Now, we were late with our video last night. But, like they say, it's better late than never. So if you didn't catch up, you can go back and watch last night's video. Because in last night's video, we brought you a story. We told you that the man on the screen, his name is Tyran Wright. He was popularly called Jaguar. Now, the incident that took place on Friday night at Newmarket in the parish of St. Elizabeth, one man got taken out by the police. That man, his name is Tyran Wright, popularly known as Jaguar. That man that you're seeing on your screen. We told you the story of Jaguar. He was charged for murder, etc. You can go back and listen to last night's video. We also told you that the 4 other men who were allegedly involved, they were captured by the police. 3 of them, they were held in a taxi along the Frome main road in the parish of Westmoreland. We gave you the names of the persons. Now, one of the names we gave you was Damian Wright. He's 28 years old, and we told you that he's from White House in the parish of Westmoreland. Now we are getting some more information about Damian Wright. He's popularly known as Do Road. Now let me tell you something about Do Road. You remember that there were some incidents in April last year. It took place the first incident took place at White House in Westmoreland. In that incident, on Thursday, April 22, 2021, sometime in the evening, it is said that a man, he was driving along the White House main road when he was held up and robbed by a group of men. This man, it is said, he had a lot of cash on him. So he was robbed of the cash, and the hoodlums, they also stole his Toyota Axio motor car. The man, he went to the White House police station where he made a report. And let me tell you, the hoodlums were allegedly armed with guns. Later that same night, the police were on patrol at a place named Brunty. Now, Brunty is right next to Jackass Pass, the same place where the incident with the Newmarket police took place with the hoodlums. So the same night of Thursday, April 22, 2021, some minutes after 11 p.m., the police were on patrol in the Brunty area when they saw a car. Now, whenever a vehicle is stolen, they normally send out what they call a radio message. This radio message is informing other police stations to be on the lookout for, in this case, a white Toyota Axio with registration number so-and-so, and if there's any distinguishing marks, they also circulate it. So the White House police, they would have sent out a message alerting other stations and patrols to be on the lookout for this Toyota Axio. So the Toyota Axio, it was spotted by the police. Our information is that the hoodlums in the car, they opened fire at the police. The police returned the fire. It is nearby, I'm telling you, it's near, just a stone throw away from the incident that took place Friday night at Jackass Pass. So in that incident, at the end of it, 3 hoodlums in the car were shot and killed by the police. We are told that this was a running gun battle between the hoodlums and the police. Now, 2 of the hoodlums who died in that incident, they were from White House in the parish of Westmoreland. And the 3rd one is from Spanish Town in the parish of St. Catherine. One of the hoodlums who were in the car, he made good his escape. He was held early the next morning, by the police. Now, that man who was held, he is none other than Damian Wright, popularly known as Do Road. Do Road, he was subsequently arrested and charged by the police for robbery with aggravation and for the shooting incident at Kilmarnock. He was offered bail and he was ordered by the judge to report at the White House police station. Now, we don't know whether or not that case is still before the court. But I'm just updating you that these hoodlums, them never stop. Remember me tell you, he was allegedly involved in that first incident, from April last year. And 3 of his friends were shot and killed. And here he is again. Another of his cronies shot and killed. So he's now in police custody. You think he might go stop? You think he might go have a change of heart? Well, let's hope. Let's hope. Now at the end of this video, we are going to want to listen to a police lady. Her name is Woman Detective Sergeant Tamika Taylor. And we are going to want you to listen to everything that she's saying. Now, on December 23, 2021, we brought you a story. We told you about an incident that took place along the Sweet River Main Road in the parish of Westmoreland. We told you that this incident, it took place on Wednesday, December 22, 2021, about 6:30 p.m. We told you that a man, his name is Mr. Omar Hibbert. He was popularly known as GILLY or RASTA. He was 42 years old and he was a farmer. He lived at a place named Red Hills in the Frome police area in the parish of Westmoreland. Rasta, he was riding his Black Eagle motorcycle along the said Sweet River Main Road when, on reaching a section of the roadway, another motorcycle with 2 men aboard, rode up behind him, beside him. You picturing what I'm saying? Yeah, man, they rode up beside him. The pillion, he brandished a gun and opened fire at Rasta. Rasta, he was hit in his neck. As a result, he fell off the motorcycle. The said man who shot Rasta, he then picked up the motorcycle that Rasta was riding, and both he and his crony, they rode away. Rasta, he was subsequently taken to the Savlamar Hospital, where he was admitted in a serious but stable condition. Rasta had been in the hospital since then. Now, sad news to report. We are learning that Rasta, Mr. Omar Hibbert, aged 42 years old, a hard-working farmer, he succumbed to his injuries last week in hospital. So Rasta, he has died, and it is suspected that this atrocity was carried out by Odave Coat, popularly known as the Other Man, and one of his cronies. Sad indeed. Now, have you hit on the like button as yet? Yeah, man, I have to remind some of you, I know I have to remind some of you, hit on the like button. Now, in this story, why may I tell you? This one took place yesterday morning. Monday, January 31st, 2022, some minutes after 9 o'clock. It took place at a place named Greentown. Greentown, it is a farming district, and it is in the Waitabit police area in the parish of Trelawny. The lady you are seeing on your screen, her name is Miss Garcia Williams. She's popularly known as Julie. Miss Julie, she was 41 years old and she was a farmer. She lived at a place named Mendez Town in the parish of Trelawny. Miss Julie, her common law man friend, his name is Omar Bennett. He's popularly known as Big Shot. Now, Big Shot, he and Julie, they have been together for a while now, but they have been involved in several domestic disputes. Miss Julie has gone to the Waitabit police station a few times and reported incidents against Big Shot. The police has even taken statement from her, and when push come to shove, she decided that she's not going any further with it. We see these things happen all the time, Some people, or some persons, especially females, they go to the station and they reported that them man a beat them up or them man chop them or them man cut them. And when it's time for the police to take action, they either go and give a negative statement that they don't want to go any further with it, or if the man is charged, they go to court and tell the judge they don't want to go any further with it. And then some of these same persons, you'll hear them telling you that them report it at station how much time and police not take no action. Sad, but it's true. Now, in this case, Big Shot always a beat up Julie. Always a draw machete off of Julie. But yesterday morning was the last time him draw machete off her. Miss Julie, she run a farm. She plant yam and stuff. So yesterday morning, she was in her yam ground. Yam ground. Yeah, man, that's what Trelawny people call it, you know. But it's her yam farm. So Miss Julie, she was in her yam ground when Big Shot, he came there and an argument started. Both of them were there arguing. Big Shot, he was armed with a machete. We are not sure whether or not he brought the machete there or it was Miss Julie's machete that he had. So him start advancing towards Miss Julie. Miss Julie know that this boy is a wicked boy. And if she don't run, him go and chop her with the machete. So she ran off. She ran for about 100 meters. By this time, all of the anger start boil up in a Big Shot. He eventually caught up with Miss Julie. And one chop, Miss Julie, she fell to the ground. On your screen is a photograph of Miss Julie on the ground, but we are unable to show from her neck upward. Miss Julie's head was almost taken off her body. Big Shot, like the coward he is, he ran away and is now in hiding. Trelawny people, if you have any photograph of this waste man, if you have any photograph of this murderer, please send me a WhatsApp message. 876-458-9111. We need to put him on the big screen. We need to make everybody know who this Big Shot idiot is. Miss Julie, she was subsequently taken to a nearby hospital. We don't have to say what happened afterwards. Because, like I told you, her neck was almost taken off her body. So Big Shot is now a wanted man. The mayhem. The mayhem. Now, we are going to let you listen to this police lady. Her name is Detective Sergeant Tamika Taylor. She's facing ganja charges. Listen carefully to what she's saying. She has also promised that this is part 1 of 5 videos. Listen to her and drop your comments in the comment section below. Remember, like and share the videos. Here goes.
My name is Tamika Taylor. I'm a detective sergeant in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Now, me making this video today may be viewed by many as a career suicide. But I'm making this video out of desperation, out of frustration. A number of injustices have been meted out to me by high-ranking members of this organization. And on the 15th of January 2020, I met with the present commissioner, Mr. Anthony Anderson, and I blew the whistle on several high-ranking members. And instead of the matter being properly investigated, as per the Protected Disclosure Act of 2011, or the Whistleblower Act, I have been further victimized to the extent that I am about to be charged by the Narcotics Division on a ganja matter. Now, I must inform you guys that based on communication with my Federation Chairman, Mr. Rowan James, the DPP ruled in this matter from April of last year. And Detective Inspector Sheldon Coulson, on the 27th of January this year, that is last Thursday, informed the Moran Bay RM that the DPP has ruled on the same morning, the 27th of January, that I be charged. Now, it's either one of two things. If DPP can justify a charge against me, it's either that evidence have been fabricated or some misrepresentation of information was done. Now, I am calling on two persons. Miss Paula Llewellyn, Director of Public Prosecutions. Ma'am, I have you in very high regard. And I have you in high regard because I don't see you as a person who will compromise your office. So I'm calling on you, ma'am, to take a look at my file, either personally, and in the event that you're too busy, cause one of your competent deputies to peruse my file to see if there's justification for me to be charged. Ladies and gentlemen, this actually started in 2011 when I applied for an accelerated promotional program which was dubbed the New Accelerated Promotional Program, the NAP. They needed 25 persons for that program, and I ended up in the top 25. Sometime during the process of elimination for that program, I attended a party at the commissioner's residence, the then commissioner, Mr. Owen Ellington, and an incident took place with a high-ranking member of High Command. And from then, several attempts have been made to take me off that program, which proved futile. Now, when I passed the polygraph was the last thing. And when I was actually told by the polygrapher that I passed the polygraph, I was later invited by Mr. Owen Ellington to a meeting. And I went to that meeting with Mr. Owen Ellington and his 4 deputies, Miss Jevin Bent, Mr. Glenmuir Hines, Mr. Delworth Heath, and Mr. Clifford Blake. And at that meeting, I was informed by Commissioner Ellington that I failed a polygraph. After I came out of that meeting where the commissioner told me that I failed the polygraph, the first person I called was ACP Welch, who was in charge of training at the time. And I related to him what was communicated to me by the commissioner. And ACP Welch said to me, "The commissioner told you that you failed that polygraph? I am so disappointed. You passed that polygraph with flying colors." And for him to use the word disappointed, to me, it simply means that he knew that the commissioner knew that I never failed the polygraph. He then went on to say that because I know that it must be a mistake, send an email to the commissioner and ask him for a dialogue, that he wished to have dialogue with him about your polygraph result. He said that if I should go through the regular system, the program, which was supposed to start the following week, would commence without the document reaching the commissioner. So he advised me to pen an email, send it to him for him to pass it, and then he will give me the go-ahead to send it to the commissioner. And bear in mind that there's still evidence of these communications in my email. And that is the thing, almost all my communications with members of High Command have been recorded. And I have grown to see reason to record these conversations from past experience. And when I sent the email to the commissioner, I was later contacted by my ACP, who was in charge of NIB at the time, who told me that an email was forwarded to him by the Commissioner of Police, asking him to remind this police of the protocols to be followed when communicating with a senior officer. I then apologized for my action and asked him to apologize to the commissioner on my behalf, and then inform him that I wish to go through the route of communication. And he told me that he'll get back to me up to this point. Now, my subsequent videos, I will be outlining in details another promotion program that I went on, what was the result, and everything that culminated into this that is happening to me. I will reveal the monsters in this organization that I have been trying to, and I will not say I've been trying to fight them. All I have been doing is trying to defend that which you promised me. You told me to do certain things, and I did them, and all I have been doing is defending that. And as a result of that, you victimized me to the extent that I am about to be charged. Commissioner, I have spoken to you on other occasions. You have given me an avenue to get through to you so that a meeting can be arranged. You would know all my efforts. All my efforts to try to get in contact with you, to try to get a follow-up meeting with you, when I informed you the last time that we ran into each other. And I informed you that since that interview with you, nothing has been done. You seemed extremely surprised. And that is why you gave me a particular avenue of communication. That has been from September last year, Commissioner. And up to this point, I am unable to get a meeting with you. You would know all my efforts. You had given directive to your staff officer to arrange a meeting with me. And Commissioner, from September, that has not been done. Can't you see that something is wrong? I am fighting a system of nepotism, cronyism, and corruption. And I need help.
Blessed love, everybody.